In 1661, a brilliant financial minister named Nicolas Fouquet built the most lavish chateau in France. To celebrate its completion, he threw a magnificent party for King Louis XIV. The night was filled with fireworks, gourmet feasts, acrobats, and custom gold gifts for every royal guest. Fouquet thought he was showing the king how competent, wealthy, and loyal he was. Instead, early the very next morning, the king had him arrested by royal guards and thrown into a cold prison cell for the rest of his life. Why? Because Fouquet committed the ultimate sin of power. He outshone his master. Welcome to the dark, fascinating, and ruthless world of human psychology. A historian named Robert Greene spent decades studying 3,000 years of empires, court intrigue, and military strategy to distill how power is won, lost, and defended. Today, we are breaking down the 10 most vital lessons from his masterwork, the 48 Laws of Power. Whether you want to climb the corporate ladder or protect yourself from subtle manipulators, these laws are actively shaping the world around you every single day. I'm the scholar, and this is how power actually works beneath the surface. Let's pull back the curtain. Lesson 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. In your desire to please and impress your boss or leader, do not go too far in displaying your talents, or you will accomplish the exact opposite. You will inspire fear and insecurity. Nicolas Fouquet believed his extravagant party would prove his value to King Louis XIV. Instead, the king felt overshadowed, humiliated, and paranoid that Fouquet was plotting to replace him. The king locked Fouquet away and immediately built the Palace of Versailles to prove he was the grandest man in Europe. If you want to rise, make your superiors appear more brilliant than they actually are. Attribute your best ideas to them, seek their advice, and let them take the spotlight. When they feel secure, they will use their power to lift you up with them. Never outshine the master. Lesson 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Here is a harsh reality of human nature. Your friends will betray you far faster than your enemies. Friends are easily infected by envy and jealousy, but they hide those feelings behind warm smiles. When you hire a friend, you confuse emotional affection with professional competence. In contrast, hiring a former rival or enemy yields far greater results. A former enemy has everything to prove and will work twice as hard to demonstrate their loyalty and competence. During the Byzantine Empire, Emperor Michael III promoted his closest friend Basilius to highest office, trusting him blindly. Basilius repaid that friendship by murdering the emperor to take the throne for himself. Do not rely on affection for business or strategy. Keep your friends for dinner parties, but build alliances with people who bring real, tangible value. Use your enemies. Lesson 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the true purpose behind your actions. If your rivals do not know what you are aiming for, they cannot prepare a defense or sabotage your progress. Guide them down the wrong path, use red herrings, and talk endlessly about minor, unthreatening goals. While everyone is watching your left hand, your right hand is carrying out the real plan. 19th century Prussian leader Otto von Bismarck used this constantly. He would feign peace and pretend to be unpretentious right up until the exact moment he launched a strategic move that united Germany. By the time your opponents realize what you are doing, it should already be too late to stop you.
Power is not built in the spotlight. Power is built in the shadows.
Conceal your intentions. Lesson 4. Always say less than necessary. The more you talk, the more common and out of control you appear to everyone around you. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. When you control your tongue, every word you speak carries massive weight. Short, ambiguous answers make other people deeply uncomfortable. They rush to fill the silence with nervous chatter, revealing their own intentions, fears, and weaknesses. King Louis XIV was legendary for this. When nobles brought him complex problems, he would listen intently and respond with just 3 words. "I shall see." No one knew where they stood, leaving everyone eager to please him. Furthermore, the more words you speak, the higher the risk of saying something foolish. Silence is the ultimate weapon of authority.
Say less than necessary.
Lesson 5. Guard your reputation with your life. Reputation is the single cornerstone of power. With a formidable reputation alone, you can intimidate enemies and win alliances before you even step into the room. Once it is tarnished, however, you become vulnerable to attacks from every direction. Make your reputation unassailable from the very start. Pick one defining quality, like absolute reliability, ruthless efficiency, or ironclad integrity, and build your entire public image around it. And if you are facing a rival, find the single weak spot in their reputation, expose it, and let public opinion destroy them for you while you keep your hands clean. Lesson 6. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any momentary victory you win through a heated argument is a Pyrrhic victory. The underlying resentment, offense, and ill will you create in the other person is far stronger than any brief verbal agreement. It is infinitely more powerful to get others to agree with you through your actions without uttering a single argumentative word. Demonstrate your point. Show, do not tell. When Renaissance sculptor Michelangelo was told by the mayor of Florence that a statue's nose was too big, he did not argue. He climbed the ladder, pretended to chisel the nose while dropping marble dust on the mayor, and asked how it looked now. The mayor approved, completely satisfied. Michelangelo won without a single argument. Demonstrate, don't argue. Lesson 7. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Emotional states are just as contagious as biological viruses. You might believe you are helping a chronically miserable, dramatic, or self-destructive person, but more often than not, their misfortune is self-inflicted. Their constant negativity, poor decisions, and chaotic energy will bleed into your life and drag you down with them. Greene calls this process infection. Instead of trying to save chronic victims who refuse to change, surround yourself with the happy, lucky, and prosperous. Their confidence, high standards, and positive momentum will rub off on you just as quickly. Misery is contagious. Lesson 8. Appeal to self-interest, never to mercy. When you need assistance from someone, do not remind them of your past favors, and do not appeal to their pity. Gratitude is a weak, fleeting emotion, and people dislike feeling indebted to others. Instead, uncover something in your request that directly benefits them. Frame your proposal so they see how agreeing will grant them more power, profit, or convenience. During the Peloponnesian War, the city of Corcyra needed an alliance with Athens. They did not plead for mercy or bring up past history. They simply showed Athens that combining their naval fleets would dominate their shared enemies. Athens agreed instantly. When people see a clear advantage for themselves, they respond enthusiastically every single time. Lesson 9. Crush your enemy totally. All great leaders throughout military and political history have understood that a dangerous rival must be completely neutralized. If you leave even one small ember smoldering, it will eventually spark a devastating fire. If you leave an opponent partially standing, they will recover, nurse their wounds, and wait for the perfect moment to strike back. When you resolve a conflict or defeat a challenge, make your resolution absolute. Cut off their ability to retaliate, eliminate lingering threats, and leave no room for future hostility. Total resolution brings lasting peace and security. Crush the threat totally. Lesson 10. Assume formlessness. By taking on a rigid shape and adhering to an unchangeable plan, you make yourself easy to predict, counter, and target. Instead, be fluid like water. Adapt to whatever container or environment you find yourself in. Do not bet on permanent stability or fixed rules. Everything changes. When you remain flexible, dynamic, and unpredictable, your opponents cannot get a grip on your strategy. They cannot hit what they cannot pinpoint. Accept that change is the only constant, and continually morph your tactics to master the terrain. Be like water. Here is the ultimate takeaway from Robert Greene. These 10 laws are not about turning into a villain. They are about understanding the raw, unspoken mechanics of human behavior. Whether you choose to apply these strategies or simply keep your eyes open, ignorance is no longer an option. Because in the game of life, if you do not understand the rules of power, you will always remain a pawn in someone else's game. If this breakdown opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to get 1% smarter every video. Drop a comment telling me which of the 10 laws hit you the hardest, and I will see you in the next one.